trying to come to a understanding of what everyone should do to have a successful project. I put down 4 points from the lender, 5 points from the developers, and 5 points from the city. What we did is we looked at the matrix that was approved in 2008. We looked at the site development, the motel development, and the lease of the motel. And then I also provided a current construction statement of the community center. I'll let you read, and Terry may want to add or subtract anything that I put down, and so as we go through this. Attending the meeting on July 27th was the Vice President of Commercial Loans, Mr. David Gruey from Merchants Bank, and his assistant, Chris Dulman, who does the SBA reporting for the bank. And what they said that they would do is, number one, secure the service of the CDC to facilitate the application of desired SBA financing. Number two, in cooperation with the developer, investors, and city, they will assist in doing the application for the SBA financing. Please understand, we'll have a chicken and egg situation here because of the fact that if we all agree, then we can move forward, and if we don't, we're going to have to talk about the points of not moving forward. The bank with the SBA financing is going to need a complete list of investors, and to this point I do not have 100% investors at this time. I did it one time, but we've raised $142,000 in investor monies and are now looking at $58,000 more, so that's on the table. The bank will complete the list of applicable requirements needed to finalize the review and approve the financing for the motel project, and the bank will authorize and complete an appraisal for the motel project. I think from the bank standpoint, and what I heard from them, is that they want to combine the financing of the motel and the community center as one project. So
Yes.
So we would work to that endeavor. Then going through the developer, investors, owners, that we would require the paperwork and financial information to be complete and provided to the bank on a timely basis for review and decision. Like I said, I have $142,000 out of $200,000 raised at this time, and I'd have to raise the other $58,000 to proceed. Excuse me. The feasibility study is under development with the incorporation of the it's under development of the motel. I talked to the individual. His name is Craig Showalter out of Business Plans Inc. out of Wisconsin. He's working on it as we speak and should be done in a week. Number three, filing with the state to establish a Guardian N LLC. I provided to Wendy a letter from my attorney. He's done work on the LLC, one day to prepare it and a 7-day turnaround to the state, so it's about a week out. Again, I need the members of the LLC to complete it. Complete a loan application to the bank as its requirements, including the request of the $250,000, which would be dedicated to the completion of the community center. And 5, to continue the solicitation of the minority investors for the Guardian N. And then on the city of Rushford, to make it work, take the necessary legal steps to ensure the marketability of Lot 3, Block 2 of the Himley Business Park for incorporation into the bank loan documents for the motel. Number 2, affirm affirming the amendment of the existing lease for the motel, asking the lease to be changed from paying for the infrastructure and real estate taxes on the building to a debt service agreement for $250,000, so that it's no increase or decrease in the money that the city's committed, but it's a different direction of the funds. And then number 3, to amend the existing lease agreement for the community center to incorporate the assignment of the lease for possible transfer, whether the motel were sold or the people running the motel didn't do a very good job on the community center, that the city would have the opportunity to change the lease and 4, discontinue lease payments if it were really a bad situation. And then number 5, the other change to what is now the motel contract would be to allow the motel owners to pay for the motel real estate under the same terms that the city is paying Mr. Himley for the contract on the land. Terry may want to join in. Wendy was there. Chris and Vern, you may also. I mean, I thought we had two very good meetings with everyone looking at how we complete this project. I'll answer any questions.
Terry Merchants wants to include the $250 that it takes to finish the community center.
From my understanding, the discussion was that the $250,000 needed to complete the community center would be secured by the motel itself, and the investors and the owners of the motel would sign on those promissory notes for that money. There would be no obligation or lien position on the community center itself. It's on the motel. The city has no obligation for that money other than what we can discuss here on the $20,000 payment. But yes, it's an additional amount of money on the motel project that will be borrowed to complete the community center.
Okay. Can you explain what number 5 of the city's
My understanding of that is that the request is that the city would provide financing for the lot 3, block 2, on the same terms, interest rate and payment schedule that you currently have for the mortgage on the industrial or the business park itself. You have a 5% mortgage on there with the Himleys, and it's due in 2033. My understanding is that the request is that you finance lot 3, block 2 on that same term to 2033 at 5%. And I would presume that you would amortize it monthly.